We're back. Thank you for just being there and not turning that television off, because now we've got some great things that I want to share with you. And we're here with Straight Up. And this is about community and about how the community can be involved, and to inform you on some things that I've heard from the community. And that is about Amtrak. What is the possibility of an Amtrak coming through Muskegon to pick up passengers and take them different places? First of all, I want to share with you that how important that is, how important a train track coming through Muskegon, or a train or some type of commute coming through Muskegon. You know, say for instance, you live here in Muskegon. You want to visit your families, let's say down in Florida, Mississippi, or if you want to go to Alabama, or hey, how about Washington, D.C., or New York, or whatever. That train goes all over, and it is a comfortable ride. And one of the things I want to share with you is, just to give you an idea, you wonder, what is it like? Oh, I don't know if I could sit on a train overnight. Oh, yes, you can. It is one of the most comfortable rides I have ever been on. You've got plenty of space. You've got everything you need. If you want to bring your what is that thing you call that, a hi-fi, Wi-Fi, that
Oh, you're
computer?
talking about a laptop computer?
A laptop, yes. You can hook it in and do your thing there with that, whatever. I love it. One of the things that you're going to see on Amtrak and on the train that you wouldn't see on an airplane or whatever, you know what? It is the beauty. God's creation. I have went through some places and I looked at it and I said, oh my God, look at that beautiful scenery. Look at it. You can see waters, you can see mountains, you can see, actually, you can see snow in the middle of summer. Because some places I've went, like to California, oh, you're gonna see snow all year round up in the mountains. It is so awesome to see the beauty that is looking out of that great big huge window and just enjoying yourself. And then I know that my friend here is going to talk a little bit about sleeping coach. Yeah, if you want to sleep, fine. But I sleep just as well in that seat that I'm in. It reclines all the way back. It has a leg rest, and I can just sit there with my pillow and my snuggie, what you call that thing, a snuggle? Snuggie. Yeah, my snuggie. And I just enjoy resting, and it is a quiet time for me because I do a lot. Everybody know I do a lot in the community. So when I'm on that train, I says, hey, this is my rest time. I'm gonna get some rest now, and I'm just gonna sit back and relax. And I love it, and I don't care what anybody say. I love the train. And if you don't believe it, you try it one time and see, won't it work? And we're gonna work together with you. Is gonna help us, and we're gonna come together. We're gonna have some kind of a transportation train right here in Muskegon. Yes, right here in Muskegon. And he's gonna tell you a lot more about some of the ideas we got.
Going back to Clara's mention of travel, Amtrak serves over 500 destinations in the United States. It also has trips that are one-night trips, basically New Orleans, East Coast, the trips to Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Most of those trips are 2 nights. And as Clara indicated, the sleeping accommodations are very comfortable. And once you upgrade to first class or with sleeping accommodations, that includes your meals. So it makes it a really pleasant trip. To get information about Amtrak, of course, www.amtrak.com. Or if you're like my good friend Clara that doesn't know what a laptop is, 1-800-USA-RAIL. And those people are really helpful in planning a trip. Now, when we talk about planning a trip, most of the trips that we're talking about are connected through Chicago. The Empire Builder to Seattle, Portland, the California Zephyr to the Bay Area. You have 2 trains, the Texas Eagle and the Southwest Chief, that go into the Los Angeles area. And one of the most enjoyable trips the wife and I have taken is on the Coast Starlight. It's a train from Los Angeles to Seattle. And on that train, there's a renovated parlor car. It's immaculate. It's one place where a beverage of red in color, I think it's called a Bloody Mary, is readily available first thing in the morning, if that's your desire. So it's great traveling on Amtrak, and the best thing to do is this website has videos so you can see what the sleeping accommodations are like. You can see what the Superliner sightseeing lounge car that Clara mentioned, what it's all about. So www.amtrak.com is an excellent way to familiar yourself with what Amtrak has to offer.
Well, thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure, Clara.
And
you know
now,
that.
why are you going to be with a Bloody Mary in the morning?
I didn't say that.
Oh, really?
You must have heard somebody else.
Oh, I don't know. Listen, I want you to tell these people, and you know, it comes to me too, and I'm very grateful. How did I get involved with the Amtrak train?
Well, Michigan Association, in partnership with Environmental Law and Policy Center out of Chicago, had a booth at the Michigan Municipal League annual meeting, and it was held in Lansing that year. And part of what we used to entice people to come in and sit with us and talk with us about what's going on was a drawing for no purchase required, a trip to Chicago for 2 on Amtrak. And lo and behold, Commissioner Shepherd won the trip. And lo and behold, like we said, she doesn't do internet. So I volunteered, I guess, that's my nature, to assist her on her trip. She says, well, how can we convert this free trip to Fort Worth? And I says, well, Clara, you can't. You got to spend your own money from Chicago to Fort Worth. And so she took her first trip on Amtrak to Chicago and then connected on the Texas Eagle on to Fort Worth. And we worked together in planning her trips. And I don't know, should we talk about the guest rewards program?
Why not?
Well, the guest rewards program is just like the airlines have. You create points by traveling on Amtrak, and eventually, if you travel enough, you're able to get a nice trip. And I think the nice trip that Clara had recently was out to Denver for a meeting. So Amtrak guest rewards is a great way to travel.
It's a great way to travel, and I had a great time. And I want to thank you all for pulling my card out of there and giving me the opportunity. You know, it may have been, I would have never been involved with Amtrak. I would have never known all the good things that Amtrak do. But like I say to our viewers out there and all of our community peoples and our leaders out there, don't wait until your card is full. You got an opportunity now to check and find out what is going on with Amtrak. You can be a part of helping us to make a better travel arrangement right here in Muskegon. And I'm looking forward to one day of seeing a train or a bus or something that is coming through that's saying we're going to commute with Amtrak, or Amtrak is going to come through here and going to pick up quite a few people. And I know, I'm looking at, I'm thinking of this now. Check this out, John.
I'm listening.
All right. The next time I ride Amtrak, I think I want to try one of those sleepers you're talking about. Now, the sleeper means that they put you to sleep, or what?
No, there's no medication involved.
Oh.
It's just a nice, smooth ride. You don't even get to have the clickety-clack anymore because we've got all welded rail. So, but it's a great experience, and Clara, you would enjoy it.
And then that would give you, where do they have their own bathrooms and things in there?
It's available. A deluxe bedroom is available where you have your own shower and bathroom all in the same room. But the most important thing about you taking a sleeper is you could be an advertisement for Amtrak in the Muskegon area.
Oh,
and tell people how great traveling on Amtrak and sleepers is.
Would that be my guest reward?
Yes, it's available through guest rewards.
Oh, now,
Once you accumulate enough points.
okay. I think I may have enough points right now.
Okay, well that's
Yeah,
good. 17
and that-
trips should earn you something.
That is a good thing. Out of 17 trips, I've had one free trip with my guest rewards, and you can have it too. And I think I got enough left that I might be able to do a sleeper.
Oh yeah.
And you mean I can go to sleep in there and everything? You know what? I want to, even though if you're in the coach, you go downstairs, you got a dressing room, you got bathroom, you got everything right there. It is an awesome thing to be on the Amtrak. And I am looking forward that Amtrak is going to be a part of us from this point on. And to tell you another thing too, I would like a follow-up. Would you be willing to do a follow-up on this? Maybe, we'll follow up and find out how far along are we in some type of a commute bus or commute something that would get us somewhere that we can get that train ride.
I think that's a great idea. Once we have a better idea of where our new governor wants to go with intercity passenger rail and what other opportunities are arising. Again, the high-speed rail line is something that there's been funding. Just recently, $161 million was the amount of the grant for Michigan only on that high-speed rail, and we can talk about the progress there. The one thing I think we've overlooked mentioning is that there's a lot of people today that don't have an automobile. So there is definitely a need for public transportation. South Haven, our good friends to the south, is a good example. Greyhound left Grand Haven about 3 years ago. So if you're living in the Grand Haven area, there is no public transportation to get you, so to speak, out of town, or it's important to get your family and friends into that area without you going to Grand Holland to pick them up at the Amtrak station. And that's another thing, is traveling midweek and off-season are your best value opportunities on Amtrak. So if you're a maturing adult like myself and the wife, we travel off-season because of the value and traveling that time of year and during the midweek too.
Well, you know what? I have enjoyed talking with you, and you have provided us with lots of information, and I hope to the public that you have enough information there that you can, feel comfortable contacting. What's the name of that what?
The website address is www.amtrak.com, and more importantly, 1-800-USA-RAIL.
If you call that and, and get involved with us and get involved with this idea of bringing transportation on track to Muskegon, then you're going to be part of us. And I thank you for listening, and I hope that we've done something and said something here that has intrigued you and says, you know what, I'm getting to be an Amtracker. I'm getting ready to track it down because I like what I heard, and I think it's going to be awesome. So for you out there, I thank you for watching, and we're going to have another follow-up on this Amtrak on Straight Up. So don't forget, we are about what happens in the community, for the community, and your host, Clara Shepherd, have a great day and a great holiday. Great
Merry
holidays
Christmas
to you. Yes. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.